Hello, fellow foamer friends. Killer B here, fresh off a haircut, with another info session on understanding railroads. Say, have you ever gotten stopped by a train at a crossing and watched all the cars go by and wondered just what everything that's painted on the side of the car means? Well, that's what this session is going to be about.
Oh, hey, please subscribe. There's always more stuff coming. Thanks. Let's start with the car's initial and number. The car initial is also called its reporting mark. All North American railroads are assigned reporting marks, up to 4 initials long. It is assigned by RailLink, a subsidiary of the Association of American Railroads, or AAR. Now, railroad marks must have its first letter match the first letter of its railroad name. That said, every large railroad has legacy marks from railroads it has acquired in the past. Marks ending in X are assigned to the cars of rail car owners that are not common carrier railroads. These may be private car owners, such as rail shippers that own their own cars, or car leasing companies, and it will be 4 characters long. Marks ending in Z are assigned to intermodal trailers and chassis, and marks ending in U are assigned to intermodal containers. Marks ending in U are not assigned by the AAR, however. The number is assigned by the railroad or car owner using whatever methodology it chooses. It can be from 1 to 6 digits. So a railroad car's initial and number is like an automobile license plate or an airplane's tail number. It is a unique number assigned to that one car. Well, that's the theory at least. There was an article in our local paper when I was a kid about 2 Southern Pacific boxcars that arrived together, both having the exact same initial and number. Sometimes you see a little humor in reporting marks. The Arkansas-Oklahoma Railroad was assigned AOK. The Walking Horse and Eastern Railroad in Tennessee is WHOE, WHOE. The Utah Central Railroad was assigned UCRY, so it is nicknamed U-Cry. And in Wisconsin, there is the Foxy, for Waco's Fox Valley and Lake Superior. Okay, here stenciled on the car we see XM. This is the mechanical designation of the car, and it is a 2 or 3 letter code. For boxcars, XM is a plain boxcar for general purpose loading. Its interior has nothing special. An XL is a boxcar with load securement devices, such as belt rails in which crossbars would fit. An XF was a boxcar like an XM, but with a white epoxy coating on its inside to allow the sanitary handling of food products. In the past, the mechanical designation determined if a car could be assigned to a pool and determined how it would be handled once empty. The different plate sizes are templates for a car's dimensions. It provides a guide as to a car's clearance. Plate B and C boxcars generally will be able to traverse any rail route. Plate F cars are higher and thus may not fit through certain tunnels and other clearance restrictions. The height difference between a Plate C and a Plate F car is shown here. Usually the height difference on a Plate F car is painted white and is so stenciled. Load limit is the maximum weight that a car can carry in pounds. Lightweight is the weight of the car empty. So adding the two together, this car, fully loaded by weight, will weigh 286,000 pounds. This is the maximum weight that most main lines can handle. This is an upgrade from the prior maximum of 263,000 pounds. It is not unusual to find cars still whose load limit and lightweight equal 263,000. And last, we have a decal reminding us the car is an excess height car, as it is a Plate F, and plate C is considered standard. Some cars will have a lot of instructions stenciled on the doors, applying to its operation, lubrication, etc. This set of figures gives exterior and interior length, width, and height measurements. The car is 7,550 cubic feet inside, has an empty center of gravity at 5 feet 2 inches above the top of the rail, and has a floor height of 3 feet 8 inches above the top of the rail. In 2005, reflectorization of cars and locomotives was mandated. A black box is called the consolidated stencil. At one time, it was mandated and showed information pertaining to the car's braking system, latest brake test information, and lubrication information and the car's built date. Oh look, this car also has a wheel inspection dot, another vestige from the past. Back in the late 1970s, several derailments were traced back to a batch of defective wheels. A large inspection program was put in place. Cars inspected and approved received the yellow circle in a black square. Something rarely seen on cars anymore but worthy of mention is the ACI label. Railroads were one of the first industries to use barcode technology. In order to try to improve the tracking of cars in the 1960s, the industry mandated the implementation of these labels. Called Automatic Car Identification, or ACI for short. The labels had colored and patterned bars that indicated the car's initial and number and had several other fields. Trackside optical scanners read the labels as the train passed, just like when you check out at a grocery store or the drugstore with whatever you're purchasing. Unfortunately, several issues prevented high accuracy reading of the labels, and the industry abandoned the effort in the mid-1970s. Today, transponders attached to rail cars are read by trackside readers. Over time, the need for stenciling certain directions was made obsolete by technology. Many cars at one time had instructions as to where it should go once empty. And this Grand Trunk Western High Cube boxcar, which exceeds plate F, is stenciled, "This car too high to clear St. Clair Tunnel, Port Huron, Michigan." Captain Obvious at work here. Remember the belt rails embedded in the boxcar's inside walls that made it a mechanical designation XL? This car proclaims being so equipped. DF2 was one of the types of crossbars that could be used. Here we proudly display the car having a cushioned underframe, insulation, and load dividers. It was for handling canned goods. Many railroads, especially short lines, proudly proclaimed to the world who they were. And even some of the larger roads, too. Now everybody is a minimalist with their painting. And going way back, the larger railroads once were proud of their passenger service. Okay, back to the present. Unfortunately, graffiti has become an issue. Some consider it art, but to me it is vandalism. When you look close at many cars, you'll see that someone had to re-stencil the information that had been obliterated. To counter this, many new cars now have the stenciling up high, hopefully out of the reach of most taggers. Oh no, look at the time. I've run way over and I didn't even get a chance to talk yet about placarding of hazardous material shipments, or the stenciling found on other types of cars like tank cars, covered hoppers, and center beam flat cars. Well, regardless, I hope you enjoyed this session, and please subscribe if you haven't because there'll be more coming. Bye for now.